What up, tubers? Welcome back to another Arena Direct Win-A-Box here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Again, forewarning, these events are meant to drain you of your gems. They are high variance. They are very difficult. It is 5,000 gems to enter. You have to get to 6 wins before 2 losses. And though it hasn't happened to me, a lot of people are having issues redeeming their physical product, especially if you are located outside of the States. So, full warning. Yeah. Let's open a busted pool. There are no seeded packs here. These are just the regular 6 boosters, but you could obviously get a bunch of rares since you can get more than 1 rare in your pack. Double Surrock is fantastic. Shiko, Paragon of the Way is great. Sinkhole Surveyor, very good 2-drop. I don't mind the Herd Heirloom. It's okay, I think. Bit all over the place. I expect you're going to see a lot of 4 and even 5 color value piles in these events. If you watched yesterday's video, I had an insane Mardu deck, though, that did pretty darn well. Let's take a peek here at our white. Not particularly compelling. It's got some okay aggressive cards. Not too deep, no real big bombs, although Dragonstorm is nice. Blue, looks like we have a Dragonstorm, an Appraiser. And blue's not very good. Black, an Exhale, that's Surveyor. A couple Brigades are fine. Yeah, black is not particularly good. Red does not look good at all. A couple of Ferals and not too much else. Green, the double Surrock. Okay, Wildling, Stormbrood. Green's got some decent creature quality. And then our bread and butter. Hopefully we have a lot of good multicolor cards. And it does not particularly feel like I do. Oof. A couple of Karakit Guardians is pretty solid. But the thing is, if I don't have some good top-end cards, I can't really compete with the other multi-value or multi-color value decks. Like, if I'm trying to go bigger than they are, it's not going to work. So it might just need to be that I try to go faster. Whatever I play is probably going to have to include double Surrock. How's my land situation? Wow. Actually, man, I did not open a single tri-land. And the lands that I did open are not particularly great, so that's not a good start. Yikes. Worst part is I don't think I have like a really good aggressive build per se. Frontline Rush is great. I mean, maybe there's a world where I can still pull off some Mardu. Splashing like a Shiko. The lands aren't really there for that either, though. Why is my ring light flickering? I mean, double Surrock's pretty good. Double Karakik's good. Man, that sucks. All of the individual colors just don't feel very great, though. Not enough big bombies. What about Dragon? How many Dragon cards do I have? White Dragonstorm, Blue Dragonstorm, Black Dragonstorm. Then we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dragons. That's not too bad. Huh. Alright, I'm going to take a peek at Mardu aggro first. Just for the potential get there capabilities. We get the Rush, Raining, Thunder. Probably would play the sweep for red, white, and 2. Mardu Monument's solid. Don't know if we'd play just the removal side of the Stormbrood, although I guess we would. There's no downside to that, really. Any other dragons we would play there? Probably not. I would have a Barons. Ooh, just a Scoured Barons for Mardu? Yikes. So, realistically, I would try to shave that down quite a bit. And it looks like maybe the red is the worst of the individual colors. Oh, I don't know what I just cut there. So it'd be like black, white, splashing red. Ugh. This is 2 dragons, so we'd be cutting the corroding Dragonstorm. We would still run the teeming Dragonstorm for sure. Removal here is very weak. If I had like 1 or 2 Dragon's Praise, or maybe one or two Storm Containments, I don't think this would be terrible, but since the removal's not really there, I don't think our lower power level is necessarily going to work. But I will say this is a good curve-out deck. So honestly, those aren't the worst if you don't have the top end that a lot of the decks are going to have in this format. Okay, let's take a peek at a more green-based deck with the double Surrock to start for sure. We'd get all of those most likely. So this would be more of a teamer shell, probably splashing the Shiko. Wow, no teamer lands? That is brutal. I would get like Blossoming Sands, but if I'm running that many basics, that is horrendous. Holy smokes. Wow, that's incredibly bad. Okay, how about like a green red or a green blue deck splashing, which means I wouldn't get the dragon. My red's pretty weak. I wouldn't say my blue is all that much better. Dragonstorm, Buff, Sibsig, Sculptor, Constrictor are all okay. Whispers would be fine. I would probably need to run like Roamer's Routine in this scenario. Oh, I guess we would get access to Auroral Procession. Ah, this pool could have used a dragon. Dragonstorm Globe. Absolutely. Oh man, the fixing is just not here. It's just not the right, like, Esper fixing 2 Blossoming Sands? Like, you think about the Blossoming Sands, it's only good in Abzan, or if you have the supported 4+ color, of which we don't have either of those things. Not that you would want to be Abzan anyways. I guess we have the Herd Heirloom for fixing, the Sagu Wildling for fixing. But this also suffers from no removal, doesn't it? Like, would I have to start running some Ringing Strike Masteries because of our lack of removal? Maybe. Sheesh. You know what? Now that I look at it, this pool just doesn't have good removal, period. Holy smokes. Yeah, you know what? I have, like, no straight up kill a creature cards in this pool. Actually, though. I have no kill a creature card. The best things I have are -3/-3, an edict, which, you know, might never hit anything more than a 1/1, an exhale. Oh my lord. Okay, that's bad. So now that I've realized I have just no removal, period, I think I am gonna go with the black-white splashing red. It has the best curve out potential and maybe just get there, you know? Ah, man, that's so sick. Splash that. Get the Mardu Monument. The river wheel sweep's a little bit awkward because red is such a minor splash, but it's probably worth playing. Question is, do I want to run the Disruptive Stormbrood just for the Omen side of things? I certainly could. Only have one dragon here. Is there some way that I actually go like some weird green black deck? Oh, this is a tough pool to build because it's just not good. I probably need to run the double Surrock. Feels like my green has the tools to maybe pull off some wins. Is there some kind of green-black deck or green-white deck? Or some Sultai deck? I do have 3 Abzan lands. Do I not have a single Abzan card? I don't. Okay. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, the white tier does not pair well with the green anyways. Oh boy. This is a tough pill to swallow. This might just be deleting 5,000 gems. Like, what is there to splash here? White's the easiest splash. But this doesn't really do anything. We only have, what, 3 dragons, I guess. Oh, that's not terrible. Splashing Exhale is pretty weak. Yeah, I think maybe it is just white black. White black get their stuff, splashing the red. powerful Mardu cards. A good curve accounts for a lot, so this does have a good curve. Cut the croc, maybe. 16 land it. Get the one piece of fixing. And then figure out our mana base otherwise. Okay. Well, that took a while to figure out the deck, but I just don't think there's a fantastic deck in this pool. Now, we can still win. Because we have a good curve out, I guess we're hoping to play against maybe some of the faster decks in the the slower decks in the format, right? While they're, if they're setting up for a few turns, if we just can go like 1-drop, 2-drop, 2, or 2-drop, 3-drop or something. 2 mountains. It's just these cards that require red, technically. I can play this for black, white, and 2. And though not ideal, I could play this for white and 4. But I still think this is this is our kind of one removal spell in the pool. It doesn't kill the creature, but it locks it down for a while, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna go like this. It's a bit greedy, but I also have the double Mardu Devotees and the Mardu Monument for fixing. Okay. If I had to guess, I'm not going to do very well, but there's a chance. I mean, we can still run well. So, to reiterate, for the 50th time, these are not great events. They are meant to deplete of your gems. You need to get 4 wins before you get any of your entry fee back. Anything less than 4 wins, and you get nothing. That's pretty funny. We only have 2 mountains in the pool. I'll keep this hand. We need to high roll, so I don't mind. And white is our most represented color. We can go Sidisi into putting a counter on it and drawing a card, you know? And we actually have a couple removal spells now. Great. Alright, no, this hand has a chance, especially if we hit our 4th land. Our opponent is also stuck on blue-black, it would appear, so... They kept a sketchy hand and they're getting punished heavily. Yeah, their first play is a 4/4 flyer. Which we can... I guess we just want to push the damage here. Hit him for 7. So I have red, white, and 2 available for the sweep. Oh, they made that a 3/2. They must have a punch or something. Okay, they don't have a punch. They already played their land for the turn, right? So I guess I just will go for... Well... Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. I guess we'll go for the kill. I shouldn't have played out my land first, though. Yeah, punished here. Can't play that out. What do they have? A Caustic Exhale -3? No, they would have cast that already, and we know they drew a green for the turn, so. Okay. That is, like I said, how we need to win. Our opponent is playing a slower 3+ color deck. So, they kept a hand with blue-black. They did not find their green. And they gave us just enough time to get there. Don't think we can keep this hand even on the play, right? Our deck needs to do something at least on turn 2. This is a really nice hand. That's a fantastic curve out. We're going to pitch the dragon here. Turn 1 Devotee. I don't really want to keep a land, but that ensures that I can go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Okay, that's bad. Gonna need to find another thing to do here next turn. That's perfect. Good draw. I don't want that, but it allows us to cast the Reigning Victor next turn. Sure. Oh my gosh. Well, now we're for sure going to cast this Betrayal. Eats 2 of their cards in their graveyard as well, so those are just gone permanently. Nice hit here for 5 still, too. Brutal hit. Tap land's nice. Do they have anything to do this turn? Yeah, because if they went tap land pass, that might be all she wrote. 2, 3. Okay. Pumping our Voice of Victory doesn't do anything. So they still take 5 here, unless they want to chump the Brigade for some reason. Another land off the top would be fine. Let us cast the sweep. Four, 5 flyer. All right, land off the top for the win. Oh, brutal. Yeah, if we drew a land there, I'd be able to attack with everything. We would get 4 tokens. They block 1, 3, 6, 7. Man, they would be taking like 8 damage. Ugh. The 1 tap land in our deck might have just hosed us. Maybe they mess up and try to hold a trick up on my turn, forgetting that the Voice of Victory doesn't allow them to do so. Like if they just pass here, thinking they could hold up like a Rebuke or something. Okay, that's not that bad. Please don't have a removal spell. That's fine. Okay. We are praying that they decide to attack. Come on, get greedy. Dang. Ooh, that's another decent draw here. Well, actually, is it? I can't sweep and cast the exhale. So that's a little bit annoying. So if they eat my Voice of Victory and they block one of the tokens, they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I like it. Oh, it takes 7. Did I miscount? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Either way. It's good, I think. They might just make 3 tokens this turn. Another land's a pretty important draw. I mean, that Scoured Barrens draw really was the thing that gave him a chance. Game was already over otherwise. Zergo. Okay. Well, I don't know why they played up the... Wow, that's brutal. Oh, man. All right. So, Frontline Rush. Was there a worse card to draw in my deck? And Thunder of Unity and Frontline Rush were the worst possible draws in the deck. A land gave us Gurmag, and any other spell was castable. Okay. That's really good for us. They are giving us a mountain, even if it's tapped. That's huge for us. That's funny. Oh, you know what? Their Tomb Guard, if they put counters on their creature, it's a forced draw. Well, now our best draw is Thunder of Unity. Because the second and third chapter would drain them out with the frontline rush, right? They ripped a Kin Tree Severance. That's pretty good. That is a wild attack. That Hellkite cannot attack. I win with any removal spell with the block they just, or with the attack they just made. We actually want to make a token here. Because they're forced to block pretty much anyways, and it's a trade. Or not a trade, but a an eat for us. And because we make a token, we now have a second lethal creature in theory. Wow, seriously? Oh, they drew very well. My god, what a rip. Man, that hurts. Come on, man. I don't have any outs, right? I don't have anything that can deal 2 damage to them anymore. Oh, I guess if I drew my own Mardu Monument, I would be able to fetch a land and make 3 menace creatures, maybe, for the win. Yeah, Mardu Monument I think still wins here. Well, I have to double block it, so I might as well triple block and kill it. Yeah, Mardu Monument wins. Lightfoot Technique wins! Flying! I would be fuming. But then again, look at the cards they ripped in a row. Holy crap. Wow. Whew, baby. That was sick. Alright. 2 wins, 0 losses. Remember, you can only lose once. The second loss knocks you out. Okay. We might not have bombs, but we've got a low curve. And we've got some trickies. It's a great opener. Turn 1 Descendant on the play. Probably want to make a token immediately since we have the Skyrider in hand. Oh! They have the one card that punishes me for not putting a counter on my creature. The one card. That's insane. Dude, okay. I could have played around that. I certainly could have. Alright, well, at least the token can attack. I don't think you ever play around Humbling Elder there, right? It's just too good when you have the Skyrider in hand. Yeah, to keep the 4th land for the Lancer. Okay. That's fine. I don't mind trading the Brigade for their Sultai Devotee, I think. Well, they're starting to get up to the bigger manas, though. Yeah, see, next turn I expect they're going to play something fat. I don't think Sinkhole next turn is good enough. And because we double bottomed, I'm going to go ahead and scry 2 again. That actually is okay, because what I can do is Caustic their Humbling Elder, and then assuming they play one fat creature here, which they unfortunately did not. Alright, well, that sucks. Played as if they were going to get a one fat creature. Ah, they have a skirmish. That is bad. Turns out I should have kept that damn Surveyor. It's not getting much better. This is horrendous, but... we need to draw our Thunder of Unity. Okay. This is just a waiting room for them to finally draw anything. Though they are not. They are not drawing anything. That's actually pretty good. Wow, they're drawing garbage. Their Abzan Monument only makes a 1/1 token. There's the Thunder! But this is the turn I activate the Monument 100%. Just let them trade with the double Devotee at this point. They can bring back the Sentinel. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting screwed. They opted to make a 1/1 token with their Abzan Monument. And we drew another hot rip. Holy smokes. Doesn't matter, I guess, since they're always going to be... oh, it did matter. They could have floated a black there. I messed up. Should not have targeted that thing. Wow. Yeah, my opponents are running poorly, and I am running pretty well. Like, if they had just drawn anything, I don't know if we could have won that. 3-0 with this. Well, maybe now we're going to be put in our place, because now that we have 3 wins, we're more likely to play against decks that are presumably better, right? Hey, that's on the play. Perfect mana with a turn 2 Sinkhole Surveyor. There's a chance that this just wins the game, especially since if they do not kill it on their turn 2, or with like a Caustic Exhale on the end of my turn 2, I have the technique to protect it versus destroy effects. The Rakshasa in our hand is pretty unfortunate. It's kind of like a mulligan. No, that's not removal. Okay. As much as I want to hold open the protection, I can't afford not to run out spells here. Like, yeah, they might have like a Molten Exhale or something, but then we still have 4 damage coming in next turn, so... Nice, that's really good for us. We do want to put one more 1/1 counter on it, so it's out of that exhale range. This draw is insane. We've basically drawn as well as we could have. Or rather, our start is basically as good as it could be. Actually, as long as I have Voice of Victory on the board, I guess I don't need to worry about them using Osseous Exhale when I'm attacking or anything like that. They have the Overwhelming Surge. I always get got by that card, it's crazy. Alright, so even with the 1 life gain from the Siege creature this next turn, we still have lethal in the air now. Hoping that they just go for like a kill effect on our Surveyor. That puts them to 5. We still have lethal in the air. Nope, GG's. Okay, I am 4-0 with this deck. Sometimes it just works. We get 40% of our entry fee back. Yeah, let's just keep the good times rolling. Wardrobe change. Alright. Had to step away for a few hours, but we're back and hoping to continue to curve out with our, what I think is a weaker sealed pool for sure. Gotta get a little bit lucky and beat up on the slower decks. That's the plan. It's worked out so far. Turn 1, Kishla Village. Okay. Well, that is not a great start for us just to draw a bunch of land. Yeah. If I draw another land next turn, probably gonna be hard to win this one. What's the Kishla Village do again? Surveils 2. Okay, fair enough. The old natural teamer. And they have a Sirach. Great. We did find a good draw, however. I think we just want to tap out for the Lancer instead of attacking and trying to exhale the Sirach right now. Well, if you're going to play all the colors, I guess that's one way to do it. Really hoping they don't have a way to kill my Lancer with the 2 mana now. Okay, well, Reigning Victor wasn't bad. I think I'm supposed to just attack all out here. So I have the Exhale, plus I have Technique available. I couldn't Reigning Victor and hold up one of the tricks, otherwise I would have done that. Would be great if they went for like a piercing exhale to try to kill my Lancer, and then I get to pretty good efficiency use this Lightfoot technique. But first and foremost, if this Sirach dies, I'm going to feel a lot better. Okay. So they take 5, they go to 13. Now, they will have up to 6 mana of all colors. Though I do want to point out, Sidisi is especially good now, since I have a pretty good set of curve chains, right? We have the Kinguard on 2, the Victor on 3, and then the Lancer on 4. Now, unfortunately, Sidisi is only sorcery speed, but that's still pretty solid. Oh, they have the Dragonback Assault. Okay. So, if I Technique the Sidisi, what does that do? Then play the Victor, sack it, get back the Lancer. I guess we'd rather just save the Lancer first and foremost. Hit them for 5, maybe 6 next turn. Ooh. Ooh, that's actually kind of hot. Hit them for 6. And then I can activate the Mardu Monument next turn. I mean, we're still pretty far behind, right? Land plus any number of spells. Land makes a 4/4. And then any number of spells, you know. Okay. Well, if they don't have a land, that's nuts. Yeah, there it is. Or 5/5s, right, because of the globe. And they're going to make token. Although I guess... Yeah, no, they should make a token still. They didn't. Interesting. So they're going to go block. Well, I guess if I attack with the Reigning Victor, they just block the Victor and the token that it makes. But still worth it here to pop the Monument and hit them for 2. They'll double block one of the tokens. I could push in 1 extra damage, but I would sacrifice the Reigning Victor, which I don't think is right. Yeah, I mean, looks bleak, is bleak. But it's not unwinnable. Okay. So now they're going to make 1/1 lifelinkers. So they're going to keep their life a little bit above water by just chump attacking one. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was going to be hard to lose if they didn't draw their one mythic, huh? Yeah, I need to draw Thunder of Unity. That's my only chance. Thunder of Unity into, like... Actually, Frontline Rush would be really good, too. Okay, that's not terrible. They should be putting me on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, well, no, Thunder of Unity doesn't work anymore because I wouldn't be able to get the trigger, the second trigger. They really should attack with at least 1/5/5 here. If they don't attack at all, they're playing to not lose. Wow. Oh, man, and I can't punish them. That's so sick. Brutal draw. Uncastable. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you know what would also possibly win here? Depending on how they play this turn. If they don't attack with their lifelink token and stay at 5, the Starry-Eyed Skyrider, and I would have 5 tokens. Oh, wait, no. They would have the 1. Oh, man. Yeah, they gave me an extra turn, and we just couldn't capitalize. Let's see. So now it has to be Frontline Rush. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, Frontline Rush wins. Ah, that's not it. They played way too passively, but man, I couldn't punish. Good beats. Dragonback Assaults. Very good versus us, clearly. Okay, that was my one loss to give, so cannot lose anymore. We have a 1-drop, but it's not a particularly good hand, but I don't think we can really mulligan. Oh, that's a good 1-drop to draw. I guess I'm going to lead on the Devotee now instead and try to set up some draws. I'm actually going to bottom the plains as well. The Devotee fixes, but I'd rather dig toward any other, you know? That's good. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh man, are they going to exhale here? That sucks so bad. Brutal. Okay. Good beats. Yeah, and there they go. Gonna be a hard one to win already. I don't think we want to trade without being able to get a little bit of value off of our Descendant first. And now that, especially since we've drawn the Rakshasa again, if I find another black source, that's a good creature to kill. Let's just activate this turn. Sure. Yeah, these are the decks we're supposed to beat up on. Or at least we're trying to beat up on, but... Okay. Huh. Actually, that's fine. Those are prowess monks. So I did not mind that play, and that means they have one less removal spell for, like, my Rakshasa. If I am able to find a black source for it. I'm going to capitalize on the Descendant now. Sure. Oh, might even get to keep my Ascendant alive. Do they have a Snakeskin Veil? Oh, Sagu Wildling Omen at instant speeds to pump up their 1/1 token. That's terrifying that they threw away their 3/3 flying gain 3 to grab a second forest. Okay, I just have to assume that was a bad play on their part then. Also, insane these amount of planes I've drawn the last 2 games. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. That comes back, so we don't mind trading. Let's eat their rally and their exhale. Usually it's going to be their instants and sorceries that are more relevant in the graveyard. Oh, good. Death begets life. Well, when it rains, it pours, I suppose. So it's going to be a 6 power. Not leading off with Whisper is kind of bad. Not flashing it back is kind of sus as well. Okay. So I guess they have another dragon counter. I think we keep that, given our frontline rush in hand. So I'm going to have to play around their counter unless you pay 4 card, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Though I will say, I don't actually care if they counter this now, because that way if I draw a second black source, that frees up our Rakshasa. Alright, I'm at 10. 2 red sources in the deck, by the way. 2, 4, 6, 7. Well, if they go for the Osseous Exhale here, we're going to +7/+7 them. And that would be lethal. Perfect. Oh wait, they gain 2 life, so maybe this isn't lethal. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They go to 1. Sick. Wow. Okay. I called it, and I'm... Oh, seriously? Gain 3 is so insane there. Oh my god. Wow, that wins them the game. What a sick rip. And the worst part is, I'm 1 mana off of resolving this. They have the counter unless I pay 4, and I can only pay 3 here. On board, I put them to 1. Are you kidding? That is so unlucky. That is so unlucky. Yeah. Wow, dude. Serious? That's insane. Brutal. And they have exact lethal now. Disgusting. Well, I thought we played pretty well. Got a little bit unfortunate, but hey, this deck wasn't that good in my opinion, so I guess I should be happy we got to 4 wins, but man, that loss hurt. Oh, we were just so close. I thought we played it so well. We knew exactly what they had. Yeah. Didn't really have the top end power. All we had was the curve out potential and the early pressure. Can't really do much about the Dragon Back Assault. That's going to win infinite games. Our opponent actually gave us way too much time. We still could have won that game. And then get them to 1 life there, and they have the perfect counter for when I have a 6 mana spell with 9 mana. So, oh, that's magic, baby. Good beats. 4 wins is a good place to be with this deck, but obviously, that's 3,000 gems just deleted. So, good showing. No trophy yet, but yeah, can't be unhappy with the overall result of how this deck did, given the power level. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.